Best of Three. I'm KrispyKim Donut.
I'm still just Alex.
And I'm Stevan Petrusic.
Hi.
Who are you? Why are you
Who's
here?
this guy? Get out of here.
Alex is falling
Invading our
apart.
I'm
podcast.
falling apart. What is happening?
Who let this guy into our studio?
Let the dogs out.
Still
No.
just Alex,
Ooh.
KrispyKim, and Stevan Petrusic here trying to make something.
Yeah.
And
This
then
guy's
this
like,
guy.
hello.
Yeah, I'm Crispy Pet. Sick.
All right, I'm still just Mike. I'm here with Stevan Petrusic and KrispyKim Donut, aka Alex Kim. And you know what, guys? We're back with another pros and cons.
Whoa.
Hey, another one.
Another one, but
Another
this time's a special one because this time
We all went to EGLX.
that's it exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
We
Thank
all
you.
got
We
to
all
go.
attended this time. You are not left out.
There was nobody left out. The first time I was left out of DreamHack. The second time I was left out of TwitchCon, and so were you, and so were you.
Yes.
But this
we did not
time
go.
is the first time that all three of us have attended
Hallelujah.
a
It's also
convention.
super awesome because EGLX is local. So
It's true. It's
Yeah.
true. And that helped. So we went to EGLX over the weekend. It's now only been a couple of days since, and I'm super, what's the past tense of excited? I was excited and I'm still hyped for it.
I'm excited.
I'm hyped that it happened. I'm excited. That's it. I'm really happy that it happened. It was,
Excited.
guys, what'd you think of EGLX?
EGLX was fantastic, actually. The Rainbow Six stage looked amazing. Smash always popping. Our
Yeah.
boy Esam, took ultimate there.
That's true. It's
We
true.
did a passion forward on him.
Yeah.
And
Super hype.
Rising Stars was lit, obviously.
Rising Stars was lit. I
Yeah,
think,
Nick Cool.
Nick Cool
Yeah,
made it.
we'll get into
there.
that a little bit later, but
EGLX was nice this year.
It's true. Yeah.
I liked the setup too.
well, it was a lot more open than last year.
A lot more open.
It felt spacious.
Everything kind of felt as one too.
It really did.
Like, felt
it's
together.
cohesive.
Just kind of like start to finish. We all kind of spent just about the same amount of time. You guys didn't go on the last day.
No.
No, neither
No.
did I. Right.
Yeah.
But Friday and Saturday, yeah, those days were.
I was too busy going to church on Sunday.
Oh, that's true. Those days were lit af.
'Cause
I do
work
wanna-
is
I
my
do wanna mention
religion.
before we get started that we actually have a guest in the studio today, not necessarily on the podcast, but we've got PM Llama all the way over there. PM Llama, how you doing? Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have a mic, but he's waving.
No, it's
he's
fine.
looking
He's
around.
waving. I noticed. I wanted to say something because while you were talking about Rising Stars, well, I was like, "Yeah, buddy," because he had a very good weekend.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So what I wanted to do, I wanted to kind of go over what EGLX is, then go over kind of what the convention was like this year. So let's start with what EGLX is. Alex, you want to tell us about what EGLX is?
EGLX, it stands for Enthusiast Gaming Live Expo. So Enthusiast
Expo
Gaming
starts with an E. I just want everyone to know that.
Yeah, but the point of
I'm sorry,
Expo is
I
the
did not
X.
realize this.
Somebody needs to get on those guys and let them know because I think they
It's actually EGLSE or EGLE.
EGLE.
is what it should be.
But instead, they decided to do
Egla.
wrong spelling and put on a great show instead. That's where they spent their effort. So it's a live expo put on by Enthusiast Gaming, as per the name. They have their own Rising Stars tournament series. They are home. They host multiple finals of other tournaments. Like regional finals and stuff like that. And obviously, they also have a huge expo area where there's tons of vendors, tons of sponsors that come in there. They're selling lots of great gaming and sort of nerd culture merch.
and giving a bunch of stuff away.
Oh, the prizes there
Yeah.
was next
Outrageous.
level.
Absolutely.
I think they said MSI threw out something like $20,000 or $30,000 worth
Are
of
you
prizes.
kidding
Like,
me?
yeah,
Yeah, you get
It
this,
was-
you get that, you get. I think some guy at MSI stopped me. He was like, "Hey, would you want to win a laptop?" And I didn't know if I heard him right or not, and I kind of like ignored him. But I felt I should have stopped.
Well, can you tell us more about what the Rising Stars tournament is? I know that they had a $40,000 prize pool. and sponsorship with Luminosity. But
Yeah.
what exactly was that?
Rising Stars tournament is sort of their up and comers tournament. So it's I don't know. It's not just local, but a lot of the local talent do go there. And then what they were actually giving away as a prize was obviously cash, but if you win the Rising Stars tournament, you would be signed to Luminosity.
Wow.
So it's a really good place for semi-pros to kind of, I guess, that are on the come
Get
up.
noticed.
Come up.
Well,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
trying to build out more of that path to pro, right? And you're seeing more and more people do that, but it's
You can just talk now. What?
allowed.
So you can't actually sign up to the tournament if you're a pro or you have a contract already.
Oh, okay, I see. So yeah,
Hence
this
Rising
is
Stars, I
definitely
guess.
for Rising Stars, right? The up and comers. If you're signed, you can't actually enter this tournament, but if you win, you will be
You
signed.
become signed. Yeah.
So absolutely massive. Great place to really get that path to pro.
Yeah,
Like
even
this.
if you don't win, it's a good place to showcase yourself and
Yeah.
to get noticed, which I really like.
Yeah. And I mean that happened, right? We know who won the Rising Stars tournament, right?
It was Nick Cool.
Congratulations,
Yeah,
Nick.
big congratulations, to Nick Cool. He's affiliated with Shattered Dreams, but now he's officially Luminosity Gaming, right?
Which is crazy.
Brings a tear to
Absolutely
PM
massive.
Llama's eye over there. He's crying through
There's
his
a-
gamer glasses.
Proud gamer dad over there.
It's true. It's true. So
I told
okay.
my son to stop playing video games, and now he's making money
Now he's
out of
making
video
money.
games.
Why I gotta make money on them video games?
Congratulations, boy. You make me proud and disappointed at the same time.
Maybe actually. Does anybody here know? Have they come out with the attendance numbers yet? No, not yet.
I have not
Not
seen
yet.
anything.
I'm
about the
excited to
attendance numbers.
figure that out because it feels like there were a lot more people there this year than they were last year.
Well, they, from what I heard,
Yeah.
they had something like a 30 to 40% up in registration over last year.
Wow.
So yeah,
It was
Wow.
bumping this year.
yeah, there was a lot of
Bumping.
people.
Saturday was packed.
Saturday
I
was
could
packed.
barely go anywhere.
I liked where they were too. So EGLX was held in the Metro Toronto Convention Center, and last year they had kind of held it in the the South Hall.
South
So
Hall.
it was further back in the convention, which was fine. But this year they had it in the North Hall, and the North Hall was just this like gigantic, spacious area that they had on the second floor. And
Also
it felt like they
illuminated by
had
the
a lot
sun.
more space. Yeah, it was natural lighting.
Well, it didn't even feel like a hall because you just took the escalator and it was the whole floor.
It was there.
It was
Yeah.
the whole. Whereas before it was a hall where there's doors and you have to enter through these doors.
Yeah.
And it felt a little bit more closed
kind
in
of like
a
a
room.
room,
Felt-
kind of closed off.
Yeah.
More accessible too. You didn't have to go down like 3 floors just to get to the exhibition. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then to get out to get something to eat or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, you have to go up all the escalators and then walk out down the south, and the south side has nothing. So you have to like walk all the way around back up to Front Street. Like,
Right.
screw all
Right.
that. This one was so much better.
This one
Yeah.
was just there.
The
It
north
was ready for
entrance
you.
has access to everything. And
Right.
then when you get in, you just go up this little escalator and boom, you're at EGLX.
You're there. The whole floor is EGLX.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I thought that was really cool. There was a ton of stuff there this year. I felt like the vendors were you know what? I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's keep talking about EGLX before we dive into it.
As
go
soon
ahead.
as you got up the escalators, the coolest mural though, I really loved that mural. That was really sick. It was a massive mural painted
Yeah.
by, I can't remember his name now. Let me just find out.
Yeah.
Duro something. But they also had the EGLX mascot, the robot dude.
yeah.
That
Mr.
guy
Destructoid?
was sick.
Destructoid. He's not the
Destructoid.
EGLX mascot.
Oh,
That's
he's not.
Yeah, that's actually the is that the Enthusiast Gaming Magazines? No, it's Destructoid Magazines.
Destructoid. Yeah.
Magazoins?
Magazines.
Did they like pick him up or something?
No, they own
They own
Destructoid.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they
Oh,
had
okay.
acquired Destructoid. I think a couple years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I see them all. He's like all over there.
Yeah, you see
Marketing.
them so much that like now you kind of feel like
Yeah,
they're
it's-
one and the same, but they're not. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they own a lot of properties.
Yeah.
So it I mean, and you saw that in the mural. All of their properties were splashed all around their mural.
And it looked sick.
It looked amazing. It had a huge pop-out like EGLX lit up sign that kept changing colors.
Yeah.
And
looked cooler at night for sure.
Oh, it looked amazing.
Did you find out that name?
Yeah, Duro the Third. So go check him
Duro
out.
the Third.
Amazing
the
stuff.
Third.
Amazing
Was that
stuff.
through Instagram?
Instagram, yeah. You can find him on Instagram. He actually commented on one of my pictures, and I found out that he was the one who made that mural. So go check him out.
Wow.
Shout out to
Cool.
Duro.
Yeah.
Shout out to
actually-
me for taking that picture.
Yeah,
of you.
I was gonna say like that picture on your Instagram at KrispyKim Donut. You're welcome. It looks sick. It looks so cool.
Yeah, who took that picture?
I don't know, some guy.
Some guy.
Some
For
dude,
me,
some
I
photographer
didn't get
guy.
one there, and I'm really sad about it, Steven. Let's go back.
I got you another picture.
You got me another one, and I posted that one, and it's great at StillJustMike. Have you posted yours yet? At
No.
Steven Petrusic? You
I
should.
didn't have one.
Oh yeah, you were the kid. Oh no, I'm so sorry.
I literally don't have a picture from EGLX
Oh,
of
man.
myself.
It's okay.
we
Post,
got to make sure to sort of get some pictures of you next time as
Yeah.
well. That's
I just need to remember to take pictures of myself.
That's
I
okay. You
haven't
can post
taken-
Alex's.
I think I posted on Twitter. I haven't taken a self-portrait in forever.
Oh man,
yeah.
Like
that's
I
a
just,
shame.
I don't know what happened. I used to do it all the time, and now I just don't.
Well, you're taking
Kinda
a lot
miss it.
of you're preoccupied taking a lot of other things, right? So
Yeah, I just gotta go to more places where I belong. You know, abandoned buildings and
It's true.
dumpsters.
right where he's at home.
Yeah.
He's got the homeless look down.
Yeah. But back to EGLX though.
Yes.
Last year, so you were saying that you've heard that there's a bit of an increase this year.
Increase in attendance.
Last year there were approximately 55,000 people who attended.
Wow.
EGLX in 2018.
Okay.
Last year was
okay.
bumping too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think,
When
but
they
I think
had
it
the-
just felt more crowded because it was sort
Because
of
it was
a
Because
more
there was
crowded
less open space.
Yeah.
The Canada
And-
Cup section didn't help.
Oh,
with that
they took up
feeling.
a huge amount of space
It was
there.
like that
and-
whole corner, and
Yeah.
it was crammed because the FGC community is always crammed.
Mhm.
Like they always come out.
They always do come out.
Yeah, FGC is always like huge.
But it turned out really well this year with all that open space. There was a lot more things for people to do kind of while they were waiting and while they were doing other stuff.
Yeah.
Extra Life actually had a massive
A
presence
great
at EGLX.
booth. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Sick Kids
booth.
Extra Life, that was absolutely incredible. I mean, they have Sick Kids has some amazing campaigns, but
Mm-hmm.
Extra Life was plastered all over that Sick Kids as well. They had a huge booth co-hosted by World Gaming
Yeah.
as well. So they had a really cool booth, a large space, and then we got to meet Cypher PK there.
We did.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That line.
Oh,
where
there was
people
a
just
huge
take pictures
line.
and stuff with him. Oh my gosh, people love Cypher PK.
Steven, who's Cypher PK?
I don't know, some dude that plays Fortnite.
That's true.
He's a
No,
Fortnite player for Luminosity.
There you go.
Yeah,
He has, millions of subs on YouTube, hundreds of thousands, almost millions of.
huge guy. Also
Yeah.
very nice, very humble.
He's incredibly nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
we got to
very,
have
very
some
nice
conversations
guy.
with him. He's such a nice guy.
His management was a little,
Mm-hmm.
tight with scheduling, but he
Yeah, you have
himself
to be.
was so lax. He was like, "Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
good to do this. I'm good to do that. Yeah, let's go." Yeah, he was a
Yeah.
great guy. I loved him.
really
Well,
nice.
I'm super thankful that we got a solid like 10 minutes with him, and then we got to pound out some content with him. So
Yeah,
But
was
it
great.
was really cool. Some of the things that they got him to do, like we saw him up on stage with his brother, Junior
Yeah.
they're playing
Right?
Donkey
PK.
Kong.
They're playing Donkey Kong together. Oh my gosh, it was wholesome AF.
I gotta say that the Bell stage was also pretty bumping.
They did
Yeah.
it really well, a lot better than the Bell
last year.
stages I've seen in past. Not even just at
They're
EGLX, but Bell does have a large presence in a lot of these. The Bell stage, there was one at DreamHack
At
even.
DreamHack,
Yeah.
yeah, that one
And-
was kind of like isolated.
I see.
Yeah, it was all right, but
This one was good.
They did it really
And
well.
they were a lot louder than this year than last year. I felt like when
Louder
they're
in what way?
just the
Volume.
acoustics, the volume, like they were really loud. They were trying to, I guess, capture attention and
Be the
kind of
presence.
be the crux of the show. I
Ah.
would say, like maybe the stars in a way.
Yeah.
You could hear them from the opposite end of the con all the time. If there was something going on, it's like, whoa, what is this? Like, what's happening? And then you look over from across like
Yeah.
the whole thing, and you're like, oh, something's happening at the Bell 5 stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of felt like they had a very commanding presence there too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they had streamers there doing their thing. Like one of SXD's streamers,
Oh.
Martina, right?
Martina was there. They also had some other streamers there.
Yeah.
The Dentiste.
The dentist.
the
That's right.
dentist. Yeah, he was there as well.
I think-
Did you have 3 streamers there? Nick
Yeah, right,
Nick
Nick Cool
Cool
was there
also
as well,
streamed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Steph Harvey was there. She was
Steph
coaching.
Harvey.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
That was really cool, actually. She actually picked some people and she gave them some real coaching.
Really.
Yeah, and
On
she
the
was
spot.
She was standing behind them, walking around, making sure
That's
everyone was,
awesome.
getting that experience that she can give. Right. So
I like that a lot. I hope they keep doing that.
that was really fun. But their setup is always amazing too because you can see what they're doing.
Exactly
Yeah,
what they're doing.
exactly.
Yeah.
You can just kind of look over their shoulder and see what kind of goes.
No.
into it.
Sorry.
What
I
do you
mean,
They always have a screen in front
Oh,
of
that too.
them
Yeah.
that's streaming live exactly what they're doing.
and
Right.
that's becoming more and more standard now that you're seeing in these sort of convention settings and even tournament settings. But
Yeah.
it's not fun to not
just look at somebody on a computer. It's
Yeah,
so much more
exactly.
fun to actually see what they're doing.
Right.
And I was talking to this with Alex actually when we got to the con. Everyone's doing it, and it's one of the coolest things ever.
Mm.
I don't know how to explain that feeling that you
Well,
get, but it's a really cool feeling.
It's because you get each person's point of view rather than sort of one big view on one big screen.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can individually see what
It's
everyone's
important.
doing. Yeah.
Absolutely. So they had those people in the booths, but then they also had kind of a main stage.
Yeah.
as
That's where
well.
she was doing the coaching.
Yeah. Were people streaming from that main stage as well?
They weren't streaming, but that's where the coaching was happening. That's where
Ah.
some of the 1v1s versus like Toronto Defiance, Mangachu
Mm-hmm.
was happening there as well.
And they still had the screens being streamed under their setups.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Cool.
So like Bell, the Bell booth is always popping. Omen was there as well.
Yeah.
Throwing stuff out.
Ubisoft had a really, really cool merch booth, which I loved.
They did have a really cool merch booth. Their booth looked really cool.
Amazing.
Whoever designed it did a really good
Yeah,
job.
fantastic job. And obviously the R6 finals were happening, so like great sort of cohesion there as well.
Got to shout out that R6 stage one
That's
more time.
true.
It was
Absolutely.
sick.
Yeah.
Casino.fun was there with
Party
their
Casino
pyramid.
Fun.
Party Casino Fun.
Their pyramid was awesome.
They
It
had
was
a pyramid
hilarious.
there. Yep.
They had a little VR section, and every time we passed by it, I had to say,
Massive lineup.
weird. So weird seeing people like
Lining
pointing.
up for VR.
Not pointing,
Oh,
not lining
standing
up,
in,
but
like,
standing
an arena?
in the VR with their goggles on and like looking at things that like they were in a different world, and I just see people with goggles on. And the future is coming,
Yeah.
my friends. The future is coming, and it's scary.
Cut that out. I needed to. Sorry.
Cut that out.
Cut
that out.
Yeah. So lots of major things. Of course, Waveform putting on the major
Yeah.
stages for all over the place.
Most definitely.
Yeah, a big shout out to them. What else were there? There were vendors all over the place. There was Artist
okay, so
Alley.
let's get back to PartyCasino.fun.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, that section, it was a whole 19 plus area.
Yes,
I
that's right.
assume because it was sponsored by Casino.
Mhm.
an
Did you get
online
in there
casino.
at all?
Yeah, we were in there. So they were actually giving out free Luminosity gear.
Oh.
So I got a free Luminosity hat. A couple of us got some shirts and stuff. And they were also having the VR section there, as you said, and the FGC was all in there. So
I didn't get anything free from this year.
you didn't get anything? Come on,
I
Steven.
was way too busy running around like an idiot with my head cut off. But oh my god!
All right, I'll give you my hat.
I don't want your hat.
So the FGC section was all the Street Fighter, the Mortal Kombat, the Dragon Ball, all the Tekken was there as well. They had that, and then Toronto Fortnite put on the Fortnite tournament for the Rising Stars
Right.
tournament. So shout out to Val at TFC as well.
Their stream numbers were huge.
Yeah.
Oh, it was great. They
They-
made it to front page of Twitch.
They were
Yeah.
number one.
yeah.
They were number one.
So I think they hit almost 16K concurrent viewers, something like that. Like absolutely massive.
Huge.
Yeah, congratulations to them. That's very big.
That's amazing. Yeah, the FGC area was really cool. Back to that. I know Steven got a chance to be in there for a little bit to play against ESAM. after we had finished recording his Passion Forward.
Let's not talk about that.
How'd you do, Steven? How many?
honestly,
I
though,
took 3 stocks off you, Sam.
In how many games?
9.
but I mean, hey, it looked like a fun time. I'm sure you kind of learned a lot through playing.
I was warming up. I have
I've never
this
played against
problem with
Pikachu's.
I've never played against Pikachu's, only one actually, and also I have this issue with Smash specifically where I don't play consistently enough. So every time I do play, I have to play like 10 games just to get kind of back into it.
And you were on the
I
ninth.
also have 2 mains, so I'm like, do I play this one or this one? And I tried to play. I'm a Mac main.
Yeah.
I tried to play Mac against Pikachu, and he has this like this back air combo thing where he just gimps you off stage.
He just keeps back
and I'm
airing
little
you
Mac, so I can't
over
get back
and
on.
over.
And
Yeah.
Esam's literally laughing in my face. He's like, "This is the worst character. Why
It's
do you
true.
pick this character?"
It's true. Okay.
I think if I had another 20 games, I could
I
maybe
believe
take
in
a
you.
game off of him.
Next time you see him, challenge it.
I will.
I mean, you're going up against the
Just
person who
lock
won
eyes.
the Smash Ultimate tournament. But hey, you can do it. Sky's
Yeah,
the
and
limit, man.
it's not like he's a champ or anything. It's
No,
just
it's fine.
I could do that, no problem.
Couldn't you? Couldn't we all? All right. So you know what? We're going to take a little break, and then when we come back, we're going to go a little bit deeper into EGLX, talking about the specifics.
I don't want to leave.
of the convention.
I just got comfortable.
Going into the vendors and the esports
time to
and
stretch your legs.
all that good stuff.
What
so
am I gonna do while
we
I'm
will
gone?
see you in just a moment. Hey, it's Mike. It's just me, still just Mike. I'm coming at you in the middle of the episode here for a couple reasons. We'll be back with Alex and Steven in a little bit, but I thought today we could do something a little bit special or unique. For those of you who don't know, we have a Patreon. If you go to patreon.com/bo3podcast, you'll be able to see a bunch of extra stuff. We put up the entirety of our recording there. So right from when we hit play to when we hit stop, you'll be able to hear all that. You can hear some of our behind the scenes conversations, some of our vocal warm-ups, and a bunch of extra segments. I've also gone and added some extra tiers to the monthly donation options, so you can go and check those out when you want. If you can spare a dollar, $2 or $5 a month, that would be incredibly helpful for the podcast. And I've added those ways for people to contribute like that. So go and do that. Last thing, I thought it would be a little fun to put a little teaser of our Patreon segments in this episode. So you'll be hearing that around the 35-minute mark of this episode. It's a segment that we do in every pros and cons where we talk about who won the con, kind of like a who wore it best kind of thing, So anyway, again, to check out all of our monthly tiers and our bonus stuff, head to patreon.com/bo3podcast. Thanks a lot. Now let's get back to the episode. And we're back. All right. So before we get more into
I'm alive.
He's back.
I'm back.
Before we get into the different alleys and different stuff that happened there, I want to real quick kind of go over who was there. So some people might have heard of a little group called Cyanide and Happiness. They make a webcomic online, and they're actually creating a new game. Chris Wilson was there to show off a couple Cyanide and Happiness things and show off the new game. I actually got there, I think, before you guys got there on the Saturday, and I watched that presentation.
Oh yeah,
it was really good.
Awesome.
And it looked like it was kind of promising. Later on,
I like Cyanide and Happiness.
yeah, right. They're
Everybody
nice.
loves Cyanide and Happiness.
Who doesn't? Or at least everyone's heard of it.
Yeah.
Elise and James Willems were there from Funhouse.
Yes, they were.
Had you guys heard of Funhouse before this weekend?
I had not. Apparently, they're big.
Apparently, they're huge. They have like multiple millions of subscribers on YouTube. Like, it's a whole thing. It's interesting. But again, Cypher PK was there, Junior PK, and then a ton of other Luminosity
Really,
people.
all of Luminosity. I think were
almost
there.
like they brought the entirety of Luminosity there.
Do they go to a lot of cons? Because they weren't at, or at least their presence wasn't as big as it was here at DreamHack.
Well, it's because Luminosity is owned by Enthusiast Gaming.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
So
I
that's
didn't know.
The Rising Stars and everything, they integrated sort of all of that together, right?
That's awesome. What a sweet convention.
It's true.
Exactly. What other conventions can you say if I go and win here, I'm going to
gonna
get
be
signed?
by a huge organization, the guys that put on this show.
Yeah.
It's sweet.
It's really cool.
I hope
And
they
then-
do this next year.
Yeah. And one of the reasons that I'm kind of upset that I didn't go on Sunday is there were a lot of good panels going on.
Yeah,
at
and
EGLX.
that's really what I wanted to hit up on the Sunday.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe
I didn't go to any panels either. I didn't win anything. I didn't go to any panels. I wasn't even there.
they had a collegiate esports panel,
which we missed. Sarah
I know,
Wag
with
was
Sarah
on
Wag in
there.
it. Would have been really nice to be
Yeah,
there.
so who else was on there? James Fitzy.
That's right.
Fitzy was there, and I can't remember.
A bunch
who
of
else
other
was on the
people,
panel.
but
yeah.
Yeah. Extra Life and Sick Kids, they had a panel on the Sunday.
Yes.
They had the finals going on the Sunday too. That would have been really cool to watch.
Hmm.
The gaming stadium had a panel as well. That's one that I wanted to catch, like what it takes to open up a esports stadium.
Yeah.
Very cool panel that I'm sad I missed. But
They had a neat panel on social media. So marketing on social media 101. That was what it was called. I was also on the Sunday.
Use
so-
hashtags and post daily.
I
There's
mean,
your
if that's
panel.
what
crash course.
if that's all they said, then I'm glad I didn't go, but I'm sure it wasn't. But yeah, so let's go a little bit deeper into some of the other people that we saw or things that we saw. So esports again had a massive presence
Definitely.
at EGLX, right? We saw Fortnite, we saw Smash, we saw, Smash also, right?
EGLX.
And Ultimate.
EGLX
Yes.
isn't on the level of DreamHack where it's like only esports, but it's also not the level of like Fan Expo or Comic Con where it's like just culture. It was like 70-30 maybe
What do you mean?
on terms of like the esports-esque to it.
Oh, really? Well, okay. Depends how you divide with gaming and esports, but
Yeah.
I'd say it's like half esports, half gaming. You
I
know,
felt like it had
I'd
a
give it a
very
little
strong
bit
presence
more.
there.
I'd give it a little bit more.
more esports.
I think it's 7-30.
70-30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
70 gaming?
Yeah. No, 70 esports.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Something like
I would
that.
agree with that.
But
Which is
in
nice.
terms of just culture, I don't think that it was really tapping into that fan expo nerd geek culture type
Right.
situation. It really wasn't. It's more of a gaming thing for
I
sure.
think it was more because Enthusiast Gaming knows what their audience is and they know what the audience likes. So
Mm-hmm.
they didn't really spend too much into like promoting it and being like, hey, look at us. We're nerds. It's like, yeah, we already know that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're here. So
Which is
they're like,
nice.
let's give the nerds what they want, which is, esports, which is indie games, which is interesting vendors that
Yeah.
actually have something to do with the culture that you're in. I see again PM Llama over there wearing a nice pair of Gamer Advantage glasses that he picked up there. I got a nifty Mega Man 2
from Glitch
portrait
artwork.
from Glitch Artwork.
Yeah,
Oh,
basically where I was going to is everything is gaming related.
Yes.
There wasn't anything there that wasn't gaming
Definitely.
Yes.
specific, which I really enjoyed.
That's not true.
What was there that wasn't gaming? That
I
wasn't
think they're
gaming
called like
specific?
Fire and Steel or something like that. The
No,
sword
but they
place.
have swords from video games.
Okay.
Like everything
okay.
there has something to do with video games. Even Cyanide and Happiness is only there because there's a video game
Yeah.
coming.
That's right.
Oh, that I did not know.
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
a video game being made.
Okay. That's
It's
cool.
like a top-down shooter kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Mhm.
Okay.
And that's what I was getting to. I love that EGLX isn't trying to, I guess, sell out or
Yeah.
cater to everybody. It's like specifically gaming.
It's not trying to pander. Yeah.
Yeah. And I would say
It's
like
trying to
70%
celebrate.
of it is esports specific, which is even better for people like us because it was
Definitely.
really, really nice to actually go there and, immerse
see
ourselves
it
in that
happen.
culture.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Locally.
I'm gonna recant my 50-50. It's probably closer to 70-30.
There you
Yeah.
We've turned Alex around in this. That was the whole point of this podcast
Yes.
today.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Work is a religion. Work is a religion.
Oh God, we're back to that. So on the other side of things, we had Rainbow Six going on,
Yes.
kind of on the what is that? West side?
East End.
East End. Okay.
No, west?
No, that was west.
I don't know. It doesn't
that was
matter.
No,
west.
it is west.
It-
You're right.
it was
Sure, 'cause
west.
Entrance is, okay, west side.
So Rainbow Six was
It's
going on.
important to
yeah.
me.
Me too, actually. Yeah, but Rainbow Six was going on. We didn't get to see a ton of what was going on there because I feel like it was kind of happening when we were doing other things.
We were very busy, shooting
God.
our content and everything like that. But honestly, and it kills me, I really wanted to be able to speak to somebody at R6 and get an interview with them.
Yeah.
I was hoping to speak with someone at Psychopaths.
So Psychopaths, if you're listening,
Yeah.
hit us up.
Hit us up. Honestly, though, I think everyone on the team is just so unfamiliar with Rainbow Six, and we keep sort of missing opportunities to
learn about it,
and cover it. And I really want to dive into there. I really want to, get some content done for R6 and learn more about the game, learn more about the players.
It feels like it's coming up as an esport, or it has been, and we've just been kind of sticking our heads in the ground for that one.
Yeah.
But
well, that's homework for us.
That's
then.
homework.
We got to get on.
So we got to get on that. Apologies to all the R6 fans if there's any R6 fans out there. But it was the Canadian finals, I believe.
Yeah.
It was the national finals for Canada. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then Team Canada won.
Yeah.
Yay.
Go us.
Yeah.
Guess we need to play some R6.
We don't know what happened.
But I want to say their stage looked the best. They had the best looking
It
stage.
looked
It did
really
look the
good.
best.
It looked so good.
Black and red always goes nice together.
They had a great crowd. They had a great crowd there. Again, the Ubisoft merch was there. They were very well represented. Just I wish that we were a little bit more involved on that end as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
It's true.
To be fair, I didn't get to watch anything. Again, I wasn't there. I was there, but like
You got to watch a little bit of Smash. I
maybe
remember
like
we
one game.
watched a good game between, what was it, Ryan Ford and Hungry Box.
H-Box,
And I feel like every
Oh.
time we talk about Smash, it always comes down to H-Box and Ryan Ford, or we always mention it at some point, but they're really entertaining to watch.
Yeah, Ryan Ford was giving him a good fight, and then
Yeah.
we said something about it, and then he got stumped. So maybe it was like a caster or curse kind of thing.
true.
Yeah.
It's true.
I feel like that always happens. You're like, oh wow, H-Box is actually losing, and then all of a sudden he's like, what?
The major turnaround happens, and then exactly.
So for those of you who don't know, HBox won Melee.
He took it home.
Yeah, HBox won Melee. So
Very nice.
And I mean, that was not super surprising. I kind of expected him to win.
Yeah.
It's kind of the king of Melee right now, right?
Yeah. Well, he's. I saw a post from him. Where did I see that? On Instagram, and he was saying how he really wants to solidify his first place standing for the third year in a row.
Really?
Yeah, like
nice.
he's not letting up. Like he wants first place everywhere he goes.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Smash is one of those games where like you see one person playing one character for so long, and somehow it doesn't get boring. Like
Their personality comes through in the gameplay.
Yeah, I can agree to that. And also, it's that character versus whoever else. So the matchups are always different.
Yeah.
And it never gets stale, even for Melee, which is weird because there aren't that many characters.
And I mean, it shows my undereducation about Smash, but I didn't know that you can't ban characters.
Oh.
Yeah, so
I mean, is there not tournament banned characters? Just like
There are tournament ban characters,
There are
but what
tournament
he
ban
means
characters.
is that he thought that if you're playing against each other, like I can ban one of your characters.
like a captain's mode kind of thing. From
Oh
Dota,
yeah,
but
that's not a thing.
yeah,
it's not a
it's
thing.
not. So
Yeah.
you can't just be like, oh, this guy's really good at Pikachu. I'm going to say no, you can't play Pikachu at this tournament.
That would be messed up.
That would be messed up. But also, like, this
imagine?
gives the opportunity for people like Hungry Box to be like, okay, I'm going to get like insanely good at Jigglypuff and then wreck with Jigglypuff for the next 7 years of my life.
Yeah, that's Smash.
Definitely.
That's Smash.
That is what it is. So
And
that's why
for
people
me,
have a main.
who's like, I'm going into this being like, okay, I see this roster of 74 characters, 75 characters. I want to play this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. It's like, no, choose one of those, get
Yeah.
really good at that one, and then destroy everybody for the rest of your life.
That's the one.
And
That's
that's
the
Smash.
one.
That's the way
Smash.
to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh, interesting.
Zero did that with Diddy in Smash 4.
No way.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think he won like 21 tournaments in a row.
Oh my God.
He was like, Diddy's broken.
What a champ.
I'm going to do this. And then he won every tournament back to back.
I feel
to
like
back to
everybody
back.
who's good with their character is like, this character's broken.
Well, so
Yeah.
the new thing with Smash Ultimate though, again,
Yeah.
is patches. There's patches and your character now changes. It's not going to stay the same, right?
Oh.
So in that regard, maybe they can sort of switch up who people main with. But for the most part, I think if you've been comfortable with him for a decade, you're going to play that character for a decade more.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So let's move on now to the Patreon segment. Hi, Patreon. What's up? We
Hello.
are going to, once again, as typical pros and cons fashion, talk about who won. Who won?
Who wiggity wiggity
Who
won?
wiggity wiggity won? So what we
And
usually
everybody
do...
else lost.
Everybody
This
else
is esports. We're competitive.
Esports, we're turning competitions into conventions. So I want to go into what have we done usually. We usually do the best esport. We usually do the best vendor. Let's say the best...
The stage.
I mean, there were two, right? So
yeah.
No, there were three.
three, four.
Yes, 3.
I mean, I think we can kind of
There were
say
4.
that pretty easily right now. Which was the best stage?
There was Casino.fun, Bell.
Oh, 'cause I didn't consider that an actual stage. Yeah, but you're
the
absolutely
FGC
right.
stage, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to say that the R6 stage won just by virtue of it looking
Yes.
the best.
It won for
But it didn't win in our hearts.
appeal, but it wasn't the loudest and it didn't get the most attention.
It
I would
was
say that
definitely
Bell stage won.
Bell stage won. I would.
Okay.
I would
They always
say
had the
Bell
biggest
stage
crowd.
won.
They did.
Yeah.
Other
did.
than the Rising Stars when Smash was going on.
Mm-hmm.
But Bell 5 stage was so loud. Like it was so loud and the crowd was always like there.
He says that in a
They
good way,
had
by
very
the
good
way.
programming for the Bell stage, and it was
Yeah.
front and center. The placement of the stage was obviously right in the middle. I
Yeah.
think it was primed to be the best stage.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that.
Interesting. So we would say that the Bell stage won for that. I actually wasn't expecting that one.
I think the Bell stage won personally.
I mean, again, I wasn't very much there for the
Yeah.
entire con. Like I was there, but like busy.
Right.
And anytime I tried to walk by the stages, the Bell one was the hardest one to shoot because it was so packed. And it was also the hardest one to get by because it was so packed. Like it was flooding onto the walkway.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that also has to do in part with the luminosity booth being next to it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
So people
too.
are like crowding the luminosity, then it like spills onto the crowd, and the
Major
crowd is like
Fortnite action.
spilling onto everything. It was just a nightmare.
It's true.
Huge.
Oh, damn.
Nightmare in a good way.
Yeah.
Nightmare for me because I'm trying to get by or set up a shot and people are just like in my way and I'm like, okay, whatever, I'm gonna go somewhere else.
Mama, what does Nick Cool play? Was it Fortnite or was it Fortnite? Oh, okay, cool. Good to know. Yeah, so him being signed with Luminosity just kind of like further bolsters it's Fortnite.
Definitely. Yeah.
Standing. Interesting. Okay, so what vendor do you think won EGLX?
That's a good question.
I mean, we have our biases, but what do you guys
What vendors
think?
were there?
Canada Computers had a big booth.
Oh,
Their
they
booth was
did.
absolutely
I
massive.
didn't get to check it out.
So let me list off.
so
I know. I
Canada
feel like I didn't
Computers,
get to enjoy
They
it.
even had a little stage in their booth as well.
Oh, no way.
So yeah, they were doing like little competitions. They were doing giveaways. They had a very good booth.
What the hell?
Actually,
Where
as
was
well.
Canada Computers?
There was the Bell booth and sort of like
No
if you
way.
kept
Really?
going-
Was that close?
Yeah, the Bell booth, and then if you sort of kept, there's the walkway in between that, and then on the other side,
It was like
would
an
be-
open concept thing.
Yeah,
Did
it
I
was
go
a-
to
it
this
was-
convention?
It was open concept though, so it seemed like it maybe
Part of something else.
it
I
looked
feel like if I
multiple
went on
booths,
Sunday,
kind of.
I would have had a real con
Yes.
experience.
yes.
That's why I wanted to go on Sunday.
Me too.
I was
but
so
I died.
tired.
I died on Sunday.
Yeah. So some of the other ones there, I'm just off the top of my head. There was obviously Gamer Advantage.
There was and a seat.
gamer
They were
glasses.
giving out stuff too.
What's that? And a seat.
And a seat. Yeah, they were
MSI.
giving out chairs.
MSI was there.
Ubisoft.
Omen was there. It
Omen.
had a nice little countdown timer that I want. That every however many minutes they would do a giveaway.
Yeah,
and just kind of
and it's
start tossing
counting
things.
down
And the
when
crowd
they're gonna-
would
And every
come.
time it hit 0, there were just massive amounts of people
Huge.
there.
Screaming.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I got a lanyard off of that.
Oh yeah.
And then someone else gave me it. Was it you?
Ernest
somebody
was
else
trying
gave me
so hard to
something.
get a fanny pack
I would have wanted a fanny pack. You ended up with like a
with a do-rag.
Yeah. That you tied up
that I
your
tied up, and then I looked like a
Herbal Essence hair with.
homeless, goddamn awful person. I wish
Homeless
somebody told me I
boy.
looked awful.
I,
You look
I
fine.
tell you look homeless every time you look homeless, and you laugh and then walk away.
That's fair. That's fair.
There was there
Post
was
Malone vibes.
there was Glitch. There was like a whole alley of
Artist
people
Alley was there,
creating stuff.
of course.
Artist
Yeah.
Alley. So of the people that we've seen, what do you think won in terms of vendor?
That's so hard.
MSI or
What did MSI do?
Omen. I mean, I just
What
based
about
on
Luminosity?
I mean,
Okay, does that
Luminosity
count?
won just based on cloud alone.
Yeah, they just straight up won.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they're considered
If we
a vendor,
exclude
they did very
Luminosity.
well on merch as well,
Mm.
which Llama can attest to. But I want to say probably like MSI or Omen, just based on the amount of swag that was given out, the amount
Yeah.
of prizing that they were giving away, and the
That's
crowds
fair.
that they were.
Did you guys
they
know
had.
that the Xbox at the Xbox booth,
Mm.
the mounted TVs fell?
Oh
No way.
Yeah, they
way.
fell as I was walking by.
That's crazy. Did they smash?
They didn't smash,
Okay.
but like they fell on some people's feet. So
Oh,
they're like back to back.
There was an Xbox booth.
that was like
Right?
right in the
I
front
didn't
as
know.
soon as you walked in.
I didn't
Really?
know until the TVs fell. And I was like, what is
Wow.
happening here? Like it was like coming down and somebody tried to catch it and then it fell and then the one behind it fell too.
Oh my god.
It was like, holy shit.
Wow.
Whoever put those up is getting fired.
Wow.
Yeah, so there was that happened.
my
But yeah,
God.
I can agree. MSI probably won that. They had a really nice
They were
spot.
giving away gaming chairs. They were giving, like I think
A lot of people walked away with MSI gaming chairs. Yes.
exactly a
That's
lot of
true.
MSI swag.
Monitors, absolutely.
Yeah.
Good job, MSI.
MSI.
Again, what the hell was I doing? Why did I not win anything?
Yeah, right.
I mean, yeah, you got to do right.
Can we go back? I got a do-rag. Yeah.
Were there any other people that we kind of rank in this?
I mean, it's
Who else
honestly
wins?
the major sponsors always have the best.
What game
That's
won?
true. What game won? That's a good question. I like that one.
Which game had the loudest
I mean,
crowd? Probably Smash.
Again, I
Fortnite
don't
won.
want to. I don't want to say
But did
Fortnite,
Fortnite
because
have a
again,
stage?
Fortnite just had the most clout there.
Fortnite won.
Fortnite did win,
But it didn't have a stage, did it?
it had Luminosity. Luminosity was its stage.
Yeah.
No, but it wasn't
It,
like
it did not have a stage. You
Yeah,
are
it didn't have a
correct,
stage.
yes.
It didn't have a crowd. It didn't have anything. So
Well,
how
they
can
had
I
the,
say
they had
that?
the Rising Stars section, the Rising Stars stage where
They had nothing broadcasted. They had an entire area. That was the thing that Val was at, right?
Right.
Toronto Fortnite community. So I mean, like they had real estate in the area, and I feel like they had a lot of people's eyes on them. There were a lot of people crowding the TFC area, but no, they did not have a big broadcasting thing, and I think that's I'm gonna have to dock them some points for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're gonna go what? Smash R6.
I wouldn't say R6.
What about the
won.
FGC games at Casino.fun? They were bumping too.
They were bumping.
I want to say no, just based on the fact that they didn't have a real stage or prize pool.
Right.
They
Kind
had
of
a
the same
stage.
reason for Fortnite.
They
No
did
stage.
have a stage. They had a stage, but it wasn't like as big a stage as the other one. It wasn't a major stage.
Maybe that's because of the 19 plus.
I wouldn't give a
thing.
19 plus thing the win though, because I
Yeah.
think that EGLX was kind of for
It was
for
very
everybody.
kid friendly. Yeah. Well, also their prizing made it not as big. You know what I
Ah.
mean? They were giving out PS4s. They were giving out Switches. But, you know.
but what was it like? They weren't legally allowed to give out a prize pool or something because it was 19 plus. They weren't allowed to give out money.
I don't think that's what it is. I
Did
just
they have 3K to give away?
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they also had a small prize pool.
Oh.
I wouldn't say 3K.
Because like there were
tiny,
people, people like holding up pieces of paper that said like "win a PS4" like scribbled on. Like, and to me, that's like trying to say, "Hey, we can't really give you anything like over the counter. This is like your ticket
So,
PS4."
I get the feeling that tournament was not officially licensed through Capcom or through the because of the 19 plus nature of the
Yes.
tournament. So I think it had to be a little bit more low key.
I see. So back to this, I wouldn't give R6 because I don't think it drew enough people, and
It
maybe
did
that's
not
just
draw
because
enough
of
people,
the
but we
location.
also weren't there on the finals, so I don't know.
Right.
That's true.
We
That
missed
is
the
true.
finals for every game, so I have no idea which game actually won.
It's
That's
true.
true.
during the other days,
Yep.
Smash had the most.
Well,
crowd.
and I would say that on finals days, whatever final is going on, that's where all the people are going to be.
Also, Excite Bike
Yeah,
with
that one was huge.
Cypher K
Cypher PK, yeah.
had a huge crowd, so maybe Excite Bike won.
Nope, Fortnite. I'm sticking with
You
Fortnite
would say
here.
Fortnite, even though they didn't have a major screen?
I'm sticking with Fortnite.
Okay.
I think they, as the game of the con, they won.
That's fair.
Based on clout, based on everything, like half of the con was Fortnite related.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
That's fair.
They win by default. I'd say second, though, would be Smash.
Mm.
Yeah. I think the amount of hype that went into Smash whenever it was on screen.
Yeah.
And also,
major.
Black Twins got signed.
Yeah, that's true.
Black Twins got signed. So same thing, Rising Stars. Obviously, ESAM is already signed to Panda Global, so he could not win. But Black Twins, who was representative of Landlords Game Center, shout out them. Yeah, he won. He got second, and then he got also signed to Luminosity for Smash.
Super sick.
Yeah.
Amazing. All right, so that is our kind of synopsis of who won EGLX.
Who lost?
Who lost EGLX?
Xbox.
Steven. Steven lost. Yep, Steven lost EGLX.
I lost EGLX. I definitely lost.
You went, but did you?
Man, that sucks.
Yeah.
But
That's the whole thing with doing media. Like same kind of thing with me. Like a lot of the people that I was talking to, that was detracting from me going around and actually experiencing the con.
That's why we needed to go on Sunday.
But
Yeah, that's true.
it's also kind of a good thing because it means I was busy doing my job.
Yes, good job.
I'm glad you didn't have fun, Steven.
Yeah, exactly. And to be fair, the stuff
I had fun doing what I was doing. I just didn't get con fun.
right.
Yeah.
And to be fair, the stuff that we did have come out of it looks really good. We so far I've
Look
only
for our
seen
content.
Oh, this is to
Don't make
Patreon,
me
so
blush.
hopefully they already are. I mean, the only thing I've seen so far is the ESAM Passion Forward. And
Yes.
that's really cool.
And the pictures. Oh,
I
you
thought
haven't
that
seen
was
all
really
the
cool.
pictures.
I haven't
They're
seen
on
all the
drive.
pictures. I saw the ones of us. Those were really good. Okay, so let's go back into the episode. We have one more thing to do. All right, so kind of the last thing that I wanted to do before we sign off, I wanted to give some shout outs to some of the
Yeah.
people that we've interacted with
is
and
my
done
specialty.
stuff with. There you go.
Who helped us out and make this possible? Such a good weekend.
Shout outs.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Alex, yeah, you can go first.
Big shout out to EGLX for
EGLX,
hooking us up with the media passes to be able to come in and shoot a lot of this stuff. Shout out to Northern Esports Academy. So big shout out to them. They gave us a space that we could work out of, store our equipment there, and that was sort of our booth that we could work out of. So that was very big. And lastly, Extra Life. Jess and Lucibel, Extra Life there, they were huge in helping us to sort of speak to some of the Luminosity guys. So thank you so much.
Huge. Also, talking about Luminosity, shout out to Cypher PK, Gunfly, Devious.
Yeah.
The manager, his name was
Steve
Maida. Steve
Yeah.
Maida or Booyaka. Booyaka.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
Shout
Big
out
shout outs
to
there. Yeah.
Martin Olson from
Montreal
Montreal
Esports Academy, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Martin.
And I mean, again, back to the players. ESAM was fantastic to us.
Shout out to ESAM.
Major thanks to ESAM for letting us
Pikachu.
for letting us film him, and also to play against Steven. You taught him a thing or two.
I gave him a little bit,
Hey,
I
and
warmed him up. If it wasn't for me, he wouldn't have won. I just
Exactly.
want to say it. Put it
And
on
of course,
record.
Kenny and Sarah Wag from Hospitality, they helped us out.
Yes, they
a
were
ton
huge.
with
They let us
finding
know
people.
where talent were.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, of course, for Audio Technica had a booth
Audio Technica.
at EGLX,
Audio Technica.
and they hooked us up
Tech.
with some really cool equipment. So big thanks to Audio Technica.
Yeah. Thank you so much for Audio Technica. Hopefully we'll be seeing more of them in the future.
Absolutely.
All right. I'm cutting this list.
Yeah, that's good. And you know what? With that, I think we are going to end the whole thing. Guys, thank you so much for listening. If you were at EGLX and you have a favorite part of it that you didn't hear in this podcast, you can always send it to us at
Let
BO3.
us know.
We want to hear it because we probably didn't, see it or realize it or whatever. So if you guys give
Exactly.
us your point of view, we can experience more of EGLX.
Exactly. And you can do that by sending us an email at bo3@organizedgaming.co. If you got to this podcast through organizedgaming.co, the website, thank you so much for supporting Organized Gaming. Of course, you can go to organizedgaming.co/bo3 podcast to see a full list of all of our episodes and all the places that you can listen to our podcast.
Which is everywhere.
It's wherever
You
get your podcast.
Exactly.
Say podcast.
No, pasta. It's pasta. Best of 3 pasta. We're going to make that. We're not. Steven, where can people find you?
You can find me at Stevan Petrusic on Twitter or Instagram. If you want to hit me up, I will be there. And I always reply to all of my DMs. So if I don't follow you or whatever, I will always give you,
The time of day.
The time of the day.
Beautiful. Alex, where can people find you?
In real life.
Nice. Okay. Track him down.
KrispyKim Donuts.
Just go to KrispyKimDonut.com.
See you in the real world.
That's where you can find his tracker. And of course, you can find me anywhere you find people at StillJustMike. Best place right now is off of Instagram. Guys, thank you so much for listening to Best of 3 Podcast. We will see you next week. Enjoy your week and have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.